Now we're going to talk about the our new cut material simulation method. Currently in 2025, you probably know that we have two methods. We have a very simplified low resolution voxel method, and then we also have a polygonal method. Polygonal meaning that it's actually calculating facets on the model representing the tool and the cut stock. But that can be, take a relative amount of time depending on the complexity of your part geometry, your stock, your tool path, etc. It can take some time to finish your simulations. In this method, we're adding a GPU accelerated, what's referred to as a TriDexel simulation, and it uses the graphics card GPU, or graphics processing unit, that GPU stands for. That's using the processor on the NVIDIA graphics and using the RAM on the NVIDIA graphics card to accelerate the computation of the cut material simulation. If you want to get a little bit into the weeds about what Dexel refers to, in the voxel, you just think about a voxel as like a pixel, just a little square cube, very low resolution. A Dexel is that type of voxel with depth, not only just in one depth, but in all three axes. So it calculates these rays of pixels in all three axes and determines the shape of the cut material simulation. It is very fast. You could adjust the accuracy. If you want to go very fast, you can loosen the accuracy. If you want to get more accurate, you can adjust the accuracy. But we've just done the methods that we're showing you here on the slide. We're anywhere from 5 to 6 to 10 times faster. It enables fast, accurate, direction independent simulation, meaning that in the voxel method, you cannot simulate undercuts. You can't simulate from two sides, multi setups. You can't do that if you're using the voxel. The voxel methods are very simplified, very low resolution simulation.
Hang on, Don. I wouldn't call it low resolution because you can adjust the resolution. So the voxel method is really adapted for 3-axis machining. So where you're actually projecting the tool down and only doing 3-axis, and that's basically very fast and gives you a very good representation of the simulated model only in 3-axis. So like Don was saying, if you're coming in from different orientations, different setups, that speed advantage is lost. And that's what the TriDexel is doing here. It's using the speed of the voxel model, but using 3 different directions and doing the same simulation in 3 different directions, and then stitching the voxels together to form a polygonal model to display it. So it's the polygonal model that we have in our product is our most accurate simulation model, and for all methods, 5-axis, 4-axis, and 3-axis. But this is a very good trade-off between the voxel. It's like you can think of it as a combination of voxel and polygonal model. It gives you a very good, very reasonably good representation of the simulation model, but at very fast performance. So I hope that makes sense.
Yep. And again, we went over all these items, but the thing I wanted to mention here is that in big text out here is performance increases with toolpath complexity. In the current polygonal simulation model, you probably know that if you want to maintain like a 1/1000th accuracy in your polygonal simulation, the simulation slows down the more complexity that's in the toolpath. Okay, because there's more polygons, there's more computations, there's more complexity. The thing that I really like about the TriDexel model is that as your model gets more complex, your performance increase magnifies. So it'll be exponentially faster as compared to the polygonal simulation as you get more complex. So that's one thing I wanted to mention there. So we'll just look at some examples. I did some example time trials. Here we have a sheet, obviously, with 90 or 96 or 100 parts, and these are XY instance of one particular part that was programmed. And this is actually a little bit slower than just having one model that you're simulating in 2 axis, which would be really fast. But we're simulating 100 parts on a 4x8 sheet of material, and it's cutting the simulation time in half for this particular XY offset. So it's doing one, it does another, all the way through to 90, and it'll cut that time in half. If I had gone in and just programmed all these together, just had all these parts lined up and just programmed all of the operations all at once, on all of the parts, that simulation would probably go to maybe 5 or 10 times faster. Okay, so make sure you understand that.
And I also want to add, this is the NVIDIA card that Don's using, is a pretty off-the-shelf card with only 12 gigabytes of memory. Mm-hmm. You can, if you had a high-end NVIDIA card with gobs of memory, you're going to get a lot more improvement in performance as well. So
yeah, it's going to be near instant. Okay, so that's 2 axis. Here's an example for 3 axis. It's a 2-sided part. Okay, and the simulations that we're showing is the actual TriDexel simulation model. So as you can see, it's nearly identical to the quality of the polygonal simulation. So here we have the part over here on the left. It's a wheel hub. It's machined from both sides. Here's the extensive machining job with all the setups and operation types. Over 5 times faster to simulate the cut material simulation, 12 minutes versus 2 minutes. Okay, so that's if you're sitting there, it doesn't look like a lot, but if you're sitting there waiting, having to wait 12 minutes for a complete simulation, you're really going to appreciate not having to wait that long. So again, this is a 3-axis 2-sided wheel hub, 400,000 cut motions in these toolpaths combined. We have 19 operations, and we have some polar instancing, for some of these holes around here, but very, very, a lot faster. So it's even faster in 4-axis. In this example, we have a chair leg with some filigree. This particular model is a mesh model, and for this particular part, and again, it depends on the resolution, the tolerance that you can set on the TriDexel model. This particular instance, it was 7 times faster. So we had 1 minute over 1 minute versus 10 seconds. So it was like almost instant to simulate all of these operations that you see here in the machining job, all of these indexed in 4-axis operation types. So we have it's a multi-sided filigree table leg, 8 setups, 9 operations, 67,000 cut motions, and the stock is 4.5 by 5 by 32 inches long. And you can see the simulation qualities. You can't really tell the difference, from the polygonal. I mean, you can zoom in and see some of the artifacts differences, but in a general sense, you're not going to see really any major difference in the quality of the simulation itself. Here is a index 5-axis cut material simulation. It's 6.5 times faster in this particular example, where we have, it's a index 5-axis, got 13 separate setups shown over here in the machining job tree, 250,000 cut motions, 12 indexed operations at 2 minutes in the polygonal simulation, 18 seconds in the TriDexel cut material simulation. So you're really going to notice the enhancement acceleration. And again, as we mentioned, you do need to have an NVIDIA graphics card on your PC in order to enable this cut material simulation option. Okay. Here's another 4-axis. This is a chair leg with some filigree. This is actually a mesh model. Okay. You can see the meshes. Okay. And we have a number of indexed operation types. Let's just look at these real quick. We have horizontal roughing from one side, roughing from another. We have some
you were going to
finishing.
show this for simulation speed,
Yeah,
right?
we was just going to simulation purposes, but I just wanted to show you the complexity of it. Now let's go through these simulation. So we're done. So that's the TriDexel simulation. Now it looks like I have my simulation resolution a little bit low. You can tighten that up and get the near exact quality as a polygonal simulation. Now what follows is an actual time-lapsed time trial comparing TriDexel simulation to our polygonal simulation. And you'll see a time trial in both 3-axis, 4-axis, and 5-axis.